Almost 3 years on from its bloody coup, Myanmar's military junta is facing the biggest threat to its hold on power as it fights wars on multiple fronts across the Southeast Asian nation. In recent weeks, powerful armed ethnic militias have joined with resistance forces to mount major new offensives with unprecedented coordination, exposing the limits of the deeply unpopular junta's capabilities as it loses strategic border towns, key military positions, and vital trade routes at a scale not seen in decades, according to experts. The junta is actively collapsing right now, and that's only become possible because there is this wider effort across the country, said Matthew Arnold, an independent Myanmar analyst. Calling it an existential moment for the military, Arnold said the resistance is now focused on taking major towns to fundamentally defeat the junta. An offensive named Operation 1027, launched in late October by an alliance of three powerful ethnic rebel armies in the country's northeast, has since catalyzed into a nationwide push to take control of towns and areas in Myanmar's north, west, and southeast. Nearly 200 civilians have been killed and 335,000 people newly displaced by the fighting since October 27, according to the UN. Civil war between Myanmar's myriad ethnic armies and successive military governments has raged for decades, but the latest escalation in fighting comes off the back of nationwide public resistance to Army Chief Min Aung Hlaing's February 2021 coup, which sacked the democratically elected government of Aung San Suu Kyi. The military's post-coup crackdown on peaceful protesters and documented atrocities against civilians spurred people to take up arms and defend their towns and communities in Myanmar's rural and urban centers. Since then, battles between the military and resistance group aligned with the anti-junta National Unity Government in exile have unfolded daily. Junta airstrikes and ground attacks on what the Myanmar military calls terrorist targets have killed thousands of civilians to date, including children, and displaced about 2 million people. Those on the ground say they are ultimately fighting to get rid of the junta and establish a federal democracy in which all of Myanmar's people have full rights and representation. Violence against civilians is a long-used Myanmar military strength, and there is a growing body of evidence that army troops have regularly bombed and burnt entire villages and committed other human rights abuses since the coup. Since the start of the October offensive, monitoring groups have documented junta airstrikes and artillery hitting several Myanmar villages. On November 15, a military airstrike hit a village in Chin State's Matupi, killing 11 people, including 8 children, according to the National Unity Government.
Subscribe to Oneindia channel and never miss an update.